Alright, welcome back to my channel, The Ascension Guide. I'm your guide, Joe Martin. This video, we're going to talk about the three sides of the truth. What is truth? Well, truth is perception, and there's always going to be, excuse me, three sides to the truth. Your truth, my truth, and the objective truth. All three of those truths are not wrong, but yet they are all true. So, if you and I are in a situation together, we'll both have our own telling of the truth. And then a third party who's completely objective to the situation would have their telling of the truth. These are all different versions of what is true. And like I said, none of them are wrong, but they are all true. So we have to understand that our truth is based on our level of perception and our level of awareness and understanding of that level of perception. So, for example, when you're still in the third dimension, there is a lot of truths out there, correct? There are, the old truth that my dad used to tell me, you wake up, you pay taxes, and you die. That's kind of the old truth of the third world or whatever, but, kind of a lame example, but you get the idea. There's these truths that people have accepted and, said that this is how life is and this is what life is. And then once you raise your level of perception and raise your level of understanding, you realize that there's more to this earth and more to this lifetime and more to this incarnation than being a slave to, essentially being a tax farm. So raising your level of awareness, raising your level of perception, your truths will change. What you believe to be true will change. And, this has happened for me many times, and I hope for you as well, and now I'm to the point where, they basically told me, do not come to absolute truths. Just continue to expand your knowledge base and try to interpret how everything fits together. And that's really all you can do, because as you continue to progress, and hopefully you're starting to see, things are going to change because of your perception of the way things are change. Your reality changes. And there really isn't one reality. It's all just everybody's perception of reality. So you can imagine how many different truths there are based on everybody's different perception of the reality that we live in. So another example is, just to give you an idea, color. We don't all see color the same way. We just assume that we do. And this level of perception, I don't even know how far it goes. I do know that the average human sees about 2.5% of the electromagnetic spectrum. We hear about approximately the same of the audible spectrum. So you take a person, schizophrenic, what have you, maybe they see 2.7, 2.8, and then we call them crazy because we can't see it. But somebody looks at the color purple, it may not be the same color purple that you see. And we need to accept that fact and understand that really the only things that are true about this entire reality is that things are always changing. And when we can accept that fact, then things become much easier to process. Understand that you don't know anything. None of us do. We're all just learning day by day, trying to stack together as much knowledge as we can and help each other through this, as best we can. But even the things that I say are true for my reality and my perspective, and they may not ring true for your reality and your perspective based on where we are in our own evolutionary process. So we have to understand that when somebody says something and they believe it and they're convicted, it doesn't necessarily mean they're wrong. It means that that's where they are in their evolutionary process and their perception of what's happening. So hopefully this helps to give you a little bit better idea of why so many people can be so convicted of certain things and believe certain truths, especially in this day and age of disinformation where there's so much propaganda being put out there purposefully. And this is on both sides. Don't think that just because you're on the spiritual side or whatever, or that you know about the conspiracy theories, that you've evaded the misinformation and propaganda, because you definitely haven't. There's a ton of conspiracy theories that are completely false or fabricated or changed to a degree to make it fit some other narrative, what have you. And there's a lot of spiritual hucksters out there too, that are selling bad information. So what you need to do is realize what resonates with you and what rings true to you in your point of evolution that you're at. So I think once we all have a better understanding of that, it will allow us to not be so fearful, not be so judgmental of other people, because we understand that everybody is just perceiving this reality in their own way, and we're all in a different step in our evolutionary progress. So hope this video helps somebody out there today and gives you a little bit different perspective, and just realize there's always the three sides of the truth: your truth, my truth, and the objective truth. So alright, if you got anything out of this video, please give it a like and share so that other people can see this and hopefully get the same message out of it. And if you're not a subscriber already, I would appreciate if you would go ahead and do that. So thanks again for watching. Till the next time, love and light.